ride!
Here we are again, guys. We're back, and we're all at the top. The whole gang is here. All gang's assembled, ready to go. We have just do a quick introductions again. We have up the way I can see it on the screen at the moment. In the top left, I have Debbie.
Hello.
And your character for today, Debbie, is
is Elise, the illusionist.
and it's a human illusionist, isn't it?
Yes.
Cool, excellent. Next up, we have Murph. Murph is playing
I'm a Freyord and I'm a Tiefling.
Tiefling Cleric.
Cleric. Yes.
Name, race, and profession, please. Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. Okay, next up we have Tracy.
Hi, my character is Clover, and she is a gnome magic user.
Yes, and likes talking to moles, apparently. Secret language of moles. Secret mole business.
My secret language.
And then next up we have Brad.
I'm going to be Renault, the human druid map maker.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah. And you're a fighter as well.
Yeah, I like beat stuff up. I don't know.
Yeah, you have your little map case and you whack people with it.
So Tracy can talk to the moles and I can whack a mole. Is that what we're doing?
I wouldn't. Don't whack my moles.
And lastly, in cold, is it Berlin? Is it
No, I'm
Berlin?
in Dortmund, in Germany.
Where's Dortmund? I should know where Dortmund is. I go to Germany a lot. Where's Dortmund?
I think it's northern Germany. I don't know. It's like freezing. It's basically like 0 every day. Well, I'm here. I'm very cold. You can tell. Can you not tell by my like little fuzzy sweater?
And M is playing. What's your character, please?
Hi. So I'm Ada. Ada is half elf, and she is a bard and a thief.
Excellent. So today we're going to kick off this adventure, which I've been working on. Hopefully it works okay. So you've all basically, I mean, we've also done things like secondary skills where you've picked up some skills before you decided that wasn't going to be the life for you, that you were going to try your hand at adventuring and see if you can find some fame and fortune. So you gave those other skills away, and now you're basically deciding, for whatever reason, you're going to try and make a living in this big, bad, dangerous world. So you've obviously you had your rudimentary skills. You've got your basic training. You're all at level 1 for the different skills that you have, professions that you have. And you just set out into the world to find adventure. And of course, if you want to find adventure, you've got to know where to look to find an adventure. And so you started traveling, and obviously where most people live is a fairly civilized area, not too much. You don't have ogres knocking on your front door in the morning. It's fairly safe. But of course, if you venture far from your home, you go out into the areas of the world which are not quite as civilized and a bit more dangerous, and that's where you'll reach places where you might find some information about potential adventures. And that has led you all to the town of Waybrook. And here we are. Town of Waybrook. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Excellent. Let's see if we can do this too.
I hate this town already.
How's that sound? Is that sound level okay?
Can't hear it.
I can't hear.
Can't hear
you.
anything.
Can't hear anything.
No.
Why is Dewey Griffin in the bottom left?
He's the mayor of the
Oh, Stewie in the bottom. Yeah, that's me.
This fat baby loves to eat. That's what that little icon is. This baby loves to eat. And Brad, way to shit all over the DM's brand new village. He said he made this stuff up himself, and you're saying you hate this village already.
Okay, it's not that bad.
So this is the town of Waybrook. So it is the last civilized town on the King's Road going north. If you travel beyond this town, you enter lands which are less civilized, more prone to danger. But of course, because it is on the fringe of civilization, it is a main sort of town where most sort of travelers and adventurers pass through. So you can find information, buy equipment, and set off on whatever paths you need to go to, again, find fame and fortune. So this is the town. It's a reasonable sized town. As you can see, it's Waybrook. It's actually at the junction of two major rivers. So two sides of the town is essentially protected by this river, and then to the north side of the town, it's exposed. It's open to the land. So I've got the most notable locations in the town that you can visit. So we have the barracks, which is also where the town guard is stationed, town square where they have markets and so on. There's a few churches and temples, and some, of course, if you've got to go on an adventure, you've got to find a tavern or an inn, and so there's a couple of those around as well. Okay. So,
Can I ask what the Falling Star is?
Falling Star is a tavern or an inn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And actually you've got the Thirsty Goblin and the Black Buck. So there's three taverns in the town.
Alright, so I think
town
I
this
speak
size,
for-
we have 3 taverns.
So you could do a Waybrook pub crawl, yes.
So I think I speak for everyone when I say we're just going to go ahead and rob that bank right off the bat, right?
Not me.
Could be a fairly short adventure.
I don't see a jail. I'm just saying, like, we could rob it, and what's the worst that can happen?
And that after we rob it, we
Maybe
can go to
the jail is
Church
in
of
the
Forgiveness.
Yes, and that would be the place I would put the jail if I was going to choose the jail. Yeah. I'm sure the constable of the town will have something to say about, I mean, there's a reason why the bank is located right next to the barracks.
And in front of the Church of Forgiveness.
Yeah, you could rob the bank and then run to the Church of Forgiveness. That might be the way.
Ask for sanctuary, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Renault could have made a much better map.
Oh yes, you could have. Yes, in fact, still a side note outside of the game, but I made this map and then I showed it to some people online, and you know what the main criticism of it was?
No.
All the roads are too symmetrical.
It's like a master planned community. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going like, oh, medieval towns didn't have perpendicular roads. It's like
That's
It
what
could
they
be
got
like-
from this. Oh.
Yeah, right. I was gonna be like, oh, and they
Space
believe
like-
that gnomes are real. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. This D&D adventure isn't real enough.
yeah.
Traveling with a guy with a tail and horns. Come on.
Yeah, it's just interesting where people will fixate on certain things. But yeah, no, apparently I'm too good at town planning, apparently. So, okay.
Neil, which direction do we come in from? Where are we coming from?
I presume we're not together.
You probably would have come from the south, so you would have probably maybe come over this bridge or this bridge. Probably this bridge. This is the King's Road. The King's Road is the main highway that runs north-south through the land. If you travel south, you're going to go into more civilized lands, and that's where you'll find the capital and all that. But
are we taking it as written that we already know each other, or are we assuming that we're meeting here?
No, I'm going to make it that you actually don't know each other. So it's like Avengers Assemble. We are going to get the gang together. You're going to meet at, let's say, the Falling Star is the place where you're going to. You initially got your bearings in the town, and you've spoken to a few different people, and they've said, and you happen to mention in passing that you are potentially looking for some sort of adventure, looking to try and find some rumors and things. And most of the people in the town say, well, if you want to know that sort of thing, then I suggest that you visit the Falling Star. So you've found yourself there in the tavern. It's the Falling Star is a bit more upmarket than some of the other establishments in the town. So generally the food is pretty good quality and the drinks are good. And it actually comes with entertainment, because the proprietor of the Falling Star, as you find out from talking to people, is a fairly well-known bard who is called, what's his name? His name is Gurgan Ban, also known as the Collector.
That's me uncle. Uncle Gurg, we go way back.
Is he the elf or the human?
Gurgan is a human bard.
Oh, so M's mom is an elf. Got it.
No, Gurgan's no relation to Edda.
She called him uncle. That wouldn't decide what her parents were. It's okay,
No.
Brad.
Oh yeah.
No.
I'm not good at genealogy. Sorry.
I'm sure the backstory for each of your characters will come out in adventuring as we move along. So you enter the Falling Star. You like I said, you've all moved independently to there, and you hear that in the evening that Gurgan puts on a bit of a show, and he you then can possibly get some information from him. Actually, as you come in, you actually are you encounter sitting in a corner with a bit of a like a journal. You see a gnome, a male gnome, and you approach him, and his name is Rongrim Longfred, and he basically he sort of got his journal in front of you, and he looks up at you guys and he gives you a bit of a suspicious look, and he sort of goes, "What's your name and profession?" And so so you have to sort of in turn, you tell him your name and profession so that he can make a note of it in his book. So Debbie, he goes, "What's your name?"
Well, my name is Elise. I am an illusionist. I am looking for adventure.
Ah, an illusionist. Interesting. Yes, we don't get too many of those. So he scrawls in his little sort of spidery writing in the journal. He writes down your name and profession. "Oh, please take a seat. The show will begin soon." And then who goes up next? I guess you're all probably queuing up to sort of sign up. It's like you're signing up for the cruise or something.
I think I would come out and be like, I'm really sorry. I don't I don't see a sign. I don't know what. Am I supposed to come over here? I'm not really sure if I'm in the right place. I'm just sorry, I'm being really rude. My name's Clover, and I'm looking for some work, and you look kind of official, and you're the only other gnome in here.
Well,
so
I'm always happy to help another gnome. So actually, the fact that you're a gnome, he actually brightens up quite considerably. Normally he's got a bit of a permanent scowl on his face, but yeah, he goes, oh yes, Gurgen should be able to help you out with that. It's just I'll take down your details, and please take a seat. The young lady just came through before. You could probably sit down next to her, and the show will start soon.
But what are you, his secretary or something?
I don't like to be called secretary. I don't prefer that term, but I assist Gurgen in his endeavors, and I handle all his administrative affairs. So yes. So if you have any further questions, yes, please come and ask me.
Okay. I don't have anything right now, so okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
And I jump down from the stool that I jumped on to see him.
Yeah, he's actually for everyone he's sitting on like a high chair. But he doesn't have the little tray. He doesn't have the tray in front of him. He's just sitting in a little high chair. Okay, next. Ding! It's a little bell.
Okay, I'll go. Yep. Hey, how you doing? My name's Freyord, and I don't get no respect. You know what I mean? Like I was home talking to my wife. I said, "Hey, sweetie, when's our anniversary?" She said, "March 1st." So I walked around the room, and then I asked her again. So I'm looking forward to eventually. You know, they said that you're the guy to talk to. You know what I'm saying, right? So what are we talking about here? Where am I going? Who am I meeting?
You I detect an accent here. You from the Bronx part of Norway?
I don't know nothing about that. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. You know.
Okay.
I got people in the waste disposal business. You know what I'm saying?
What's your name and profession?
I'm Freyord, and my profession is I'm a cleric.
Yes. Okay, interesting. Because I do detect a hint of the demonic in you.
A little bit, yeah. Sometimes I get angry. You know. I don't get the right coffee. I kind of lose my mind. You know what I'm saying? People don't give me what I want.
Okay, please. Yes. Well, there's like already a couple of other people that have already signed up. So please, take a seat next to them. Maybe introduce yourselves, and like I said, Gurgen will be through shortly. Ding!
All right.
Next, please.
Off I go.
So I'm Renault, a druid fighter. I don't fight druids. I'm a druid and a fighter. I don't think I want to be doing this anymore based on the people that were just in front, but what are we signing up for exactly? Are they like future coworkers of mine?
Well, Gurgen is a collector of information, and he likes to pass on that information to would-be adventurers. Just consider him a facilitator or something, if you will, and but there is a fee attached to that. So it's a fee for service type situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want information? Gurgen has the information.
I mean, I'll do it. I'm a human, as you can probably tell. That's not going to be a problem, is it?
No, we take all sorts here.
All right. Well, we'll see how it works. Sign me up.
Sign up. Okay. So, yeah. Sign here, please. Ding! Next, please.
And last but not least, I come wandering in, eyeing off my potential future colleagues with vague bemusement, slight distaste. I have a strange air about me, and you can't quite place where I am from. I look at the little fellow in front of me, and I say, just a blow-in. I've been with a traveling group of troubadours, and I've run into a few little hiccups, shall we say, and I'm looking for work. I'm barred by trade, but if you've got things that you need to acquire, shall we say, I have some other skills up my sleeves.
Always interested in those sort of non-specific skills that you mentioned. So, okay, and being a bard, well, Gergen would love to meet you and maybe share some stories. So, excellent. So, again, please, sign your name and take a seat. So,
I might just order a drink while I'm waiting for everyone else.
Yes, you can speak to Oswin at the bar, and he can sort you out.
Clover is just sitting here unabashedly staring at Freyord because she's never seen a tiefling before. So she's just like,
what the hell is that?
I am making note of his appearance in my notebook.
Never seen one of those before. It's like, you're playing fantasy world bingo, aren't you? You're just trying. I've got a tiefling. So the tavern is actually it's quite busy this evening because Gergen doesn't perform every day, but obviously his reputation precedes him, and so the tavern is quite humming, as they say, and so lots of people are there. But you can sort of worm your way through the crowd and get to the bar and buy yourself a drink. Prices for drinks are quite reasonable. I think it's like for a tankard of ale or mead or whatever, it's like 1 silver piece. It's quite reasonable. You can get some food if you're hungry. They have some stew or something, but you're welcome to eat it. That will be another silver piece. I hope everyone has some money. So you settle down and you start. You're sitting there and you've obviously seen everyone lining up. So you're making sort of idle conversation, talking to each other, and then there are a couple of musicians in the tavern, and they're playing some background music, and after a while, once you've been there for a while and sort of just taking in the atmosphere of the tavern, the music sort of gets a bit louder, and then you see there's a stairs moving up to the second floor. The door opens at the top of the stairs, and you see a rather portly man coming down the stairs, but you hear him before you see him, because you hear this sort of as he's coming down the stairs, and you look up and you see this sort of, like I said, rather portly sort of middle-aged man, but you immediately, your eyes are drawn to the fact that he only has one leg. He has a wooden leg, and he's just sort of walking down the stairs, and then he comes down onto the ground floor in the tavern, and all the eyes all sort of move to look to him, and Gergen's like, hello everyone, welcome to the Falling Star. How is everyone tonight? And he does this sort of jolly sort of sort of shaking people's hands, and he recognizes people's faces. How's the wife? And all that sort of thing. And he's very very friendly, and he's and people are very instantly sort of warm to him, and people are smiling, and they and he mingles around the crowd, and he sort of he's just saying hello, and get another beer in here, and all this sort of stuff. And he's so the real being very much the host and the entertainer. And then he walks over to the gnome, and the gnome sort of whispers in his ear and sort of points generally in your direction. And he comes over to you guys and goes, we have some adventurers, don't we? Okay, and my friend Ron Grimm? I forgot what I called him. Ron Grimm, yeah, Ron Grimm.
Ron Grimm? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For someone who's supposed to be his confidant, he doesn't remember his name. But anyway, so we have some adventurers. Welcome to the Falling Star. I see you're all here to seek your fame and fortune, are you?
I just want some work. I just want to do something and be useful.
I just want fortune. I don't care about fame.
Yeah, just looking for a side hustle.
I'm mostly here for the experience.
And I'm running from a dark and mysterious past.
Okay.
You know, most people don't just come out with that if they're like trying to be incognito. That I find that very interesting.
And this half elf likes to overshare.
It's called foreshadowing in the theater arts.
Theater.
If you
Oh my
say,
goodness.
if you have to say you have a dark and mysterious past, you don't have a dark and mysterious past.
Well, you certainly don't have the mysterious part because you've just told them. Well, you might have the dark part.
I was being genuine. These guys are taking the piss, but I was being genuine. I think you're interesting. So, but then I don't get out much.
And you can't see very much too.
Hey, I have the booster seat. I am fine.
My shoes are double soled.
Sitting here with my little legs swinging while I'm sitting on the medieval equivalent of a booster seat on the bench. Like, I'm good. I'm totally good. The other thing you guys don't realize is my beer is the same size as yours.
Yes. You have a hollow leg. Okay, so he basically he shakes your hands and welcomes you to the Falling Star, and then again he moves on and he carries on and he goes around and he's still talking to people and stuff, and the music's still playing and all that, and there is an air of anticipation in the room as he sort of works his way through does his rounds through the room and comes back to an area near where the musicians are, and it's kind of like a stage. And he stands there and he sort of turns around and goes, "Oh, hello everyone again, and welcome to the Falling Star. My name is Gergen." What did I say he was? Gergen Ban, also known as the Collector. And why am I the Collector? Because I am a collector of stories, myths, legends, fables, information. Through my travels, I have traveled far and wide across the land, taken part in many adventures, some fun and exciting, some dangerous, some that have cost me dearly. And he points down at his leg, and everyone sort of goes, "Oh," because everyone's wondering, how did he lose his leg? Sort of thing. And so, like I say, he's about middle age. He's a bit portly. He's well dressed. He's got a couple of like little rings on his fingers and a couple of chains around his neck, and at his sword he has a nice sort of decorative scabbard where he carries a short little dagger just for protection. So he goes, so I collect stories, and I have my contacts all around the land that pass on information to me, and over the years I have collected these tales which I can now pass on to you. And so he then decides to, he goes into telling these stories, and you notice that the crowd is all, because everyone's, they've come here to see this, and they're all kind of wrapped and focused on him, and he goes on and starts telling these tales, and he's not a singer as such. He's more of like a spoken word type performer, but he's got one of those sort of what's this, Tracy?
That's the way you applaud for some of those like spoken word poets, the beat poets.
Okay, so he's going to be like wearing a little beret, and he's going to be sitting on a little stool with a little cigarette, and he's going to be having maybe a little glass of some sort of beverage, it's alcoholic beverage, and he's sort of everyone's sort of just clicking.
Smoke like this.
Yeah. Little beatnik sort of guy. He goes his stories. And so he starts telling these tales about kings and queens and princesses and monsters and the damsel in distress and so on. So this goes on for quite a while, and the basically the tavern's all hushed, and everyone's sort of captivated listening to this guy. And so he goes on and he does his performances, and then he finishes his performance, and everyone's sort of clapping and cheering and rapturous applause, and then he finishes, and then he goes back to talking to Ron Grimm, and people sort of turn away and they start drinking again, and everything settles down again. And so this carries on for a bit longer, and you kind of been waiting a while, and you're sort of wondering what's going on. And then after a little bit, Gergen makes his way back to you guys, and he goes, "Oh, sorry, I hope you enjoyed the show and all that. But people seem to like it. So, but yeah, as I did mention, obviously I do this for my entertainment, but I do actually I am the collector of information, and so you guys are seeking an adventure. Well, I might actually have a job for you guys. I have heard something recently that might be of interest to you guys."
I go to lean forward on the table, but I fall off and end up under the table and then get back up.
So Rodgrim has told me about your skill sets, and I see that you guys could potentially be an interesting party that you could work together. I think your skills complement each other and should help you in this adventure. But I think you probably you might be. There could be some danger involved. I hope you guys aren't averse to any sort of danger.
No risk, no reward.
That's right.
Well, yes.
I mean,
I've adventured myself quite a bit, and I have definitely seen both the positives and the negatives of this, as you can tell. And he sort of taps his leg again, and he goes, "But yes, I know that there are some other people in town that may be interested in joining you, particularly people who are more handy with their hands, I should say, so you might be able to enlist their services at one of the other establishments around town. So I would certainly recommend that you do that. But I basically how it works is I provide this information for a fee. Sometimes I may have a task that I would like you to complete for me, and that is my reward. So you will go on your adventure. You can whatever treasure or whatever fortune that you achieve in that adventure is obviously for yourself, but I require a reimbursement for my information. Does that seem agreeable to you?
Oh, like what kind of reimbursement?
What's your fee?
Well, I normally take a percentage of whatever treasure is gathered by the party. Normally about 5%.
Not bad.
Like you're
5%. 5% total?
Yes.
Or 5% each?
5% of the total bounty that you gather.
I think we should get there.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'll please talk amongst yourselves, and I'll come back and I'll wait your decision. And so he goes back and he goes off to talk to Rongren again, and then he goes off to talk to Oswin behind the bar and strikes up some conversation with some other guests in the tavern. So so essentially here's some information for you. I mean, it may or may not be true. I mean, we don't know. It could be. So it's up to you guys. But yeah, he said that for this information he requires you will have to sign a contract of which you agree to give 5% of any treasure found.
Seems fair.
This seems a little fishy. I think we should give him 10.
What?
Won't that make it more
I think
efficient?
I think 5% is too much because let's be honest, he only needs to buy one shoe. So why would we give like 2.5%? 5%
Well,
seems pretty.
I mean, do you think? I mean, I didn't think it was too bad, but I've never
Yeah.
done this before, so
5% of nothing is still nothing.
it's true. I mean, at least we're not having
Yeah.
to pay him for information and then like maybe getting something in return.
And we pay it at the
I
end.
agree. If we go off to certain death, then
He get nothing.
he gets nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So are you at a consensus then?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sure.
I'm in.
Okay. So
I'm gonna do like the all for one, put my hand in. Really like gung ho, but it's like this little tiny arm and it barely reaches across the table. Like, I'm in.
Do we have a team name yet?
I'm really kind of hoping Reynard gives me a look like. Ugh.
Yeah, you definitely
Yep, that's the
you
look.
definitely need a team name. So Gergen
I
makes
vaguely wrinkle my nose and say, I'm not touching any of you.
Why?
I'll shake hands with
okay.
anybody except a human.
Oh, well, okay. And then I'm like shaking my hand as I bring it towards you because you're very intimidating.
Never touched a gnome and I won't start now.
I slowly take my hand back. I reach out.
Oh. Well, I can tell this is going to be a great friendship. Thanks, guys.
So after a little while, Gergen comes back and he goes, "Well, my novice adventurers, have you reached a decision? Do you accept my offer?"
Yeah, we're in.
Okay.
We're not happy about it, but we're in.
Well, what I'll do is I will ask you to go over to Rongrim. He has some draft standard form contracts. You don't have to worry about the details too much, but yes, get you to sign and agree to the terms of the contracts, and then after that, I will be able to pass on the information and give you some little pointers that I picked up along the way and send you on your way.
Sounds good.
All right, so you work your way back over to Rongren, and Rongren has got a series of parchments in front of him, which you can see there's a bunch of writing on there, lots of small little clauses and things. And he goes, "Oh, please sign here," and he gives you the quill, and you have to sign.
I'm gonna read it first.
Do we need to get ourselves a filing cabinet?
I would like to
gonna be hard
read the contract first, please.
Yeah,
Okay, so it passes to it.
Gnomes can read?
Oh, snap.
ouch.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's some shade.
It's going to be a long journey.
I definitely want to read all the fine print as well.
So-
My dad is a merchant. You definitely want to read the fine print.
Clover just gives Ada a look like, "Excuse you," and goes and takes the little contract over and sits down to read it.
I mean, basically, as you read through the contract, it's got the whole things where you just have to agree, and you just go click, 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 click. Agree.
I'm not like
It's like-
signing my life away though. There's not like
It's
some
like-
hidden
yeah.
clause.
It's like an Apple contract. Yeah, whatever.
No.
yeah, exactly. There's the usual clauses in there, as in like they bear no responsibility for any harm or damage or death that you may incur on your adventures. You can make no claims on Gergen if the information leads to your harm or whatever. There's a whole bunch of disclaimers about what he's not liable to.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm not signing that I like belong to him or that everything I do from now on he gets money or anything like that.
No, you're not entitled to anything like royalties or anything. It's besides the indemnity clauses, but he is in there to protect himself, and the fact from any claims from you guys, essentially, it's a contract of business or service where the terms are clearly stipulated that 5% of all treasure will
from
be
this
payable.
one thing.
Sorry.
From this one thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's
from this-
not written in blood.
Lawyer.
There's no minimal fee, like we got to cough up like 5,000
Like a balloon?
ducats. Like when
It's
we
not
get
like
back,
a balloon payment 3 years in or anything.
it's like a pyramid scheme. Is it, or is this 5% or whatever we come back with?
It's 5%.
This is like the start of episode 1 of Star Wars, where we're talking about like the taxation of trade routes and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
Do you have like a PDF of this contract, Neil, that you could share with all of us, so we could go through it line by line, just to make sure?
I'll email you the contract. It's a standard form contract.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'll sign
I
it.
signed. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
Sign it.
sit down, shorty. Big guy's going first.
You're a bit. You haven't got nothing
Yeah,
else
right.
really on the cards at the
Nice
moment.
The devil just signed a contract. Doesn't it usually go the other way?
Okay, so you sign the contracts and you give them back to Rongrin, who's like, excellent. And he puts them in a little folder and goes, I will lodge these contracts at the Bank of Zalbar, where all contracts are deposited, and on your return, you will honor the contracts. However, if you choose to not return or you choose to forfeit the contract, then there will be consequences. The authorities will be notified,
Son of a
and
bitch.
should you choose to seek, basically this information will be circulated to other banks and administrations in towns throughout the land. So I assure you, you will not be able to escape this agreement.
No, but if we fail, because I fail a lot at a lot of things, so I think you should be prepared that it's potential for that to happen. Then
Well, yes,
I-
all of the risk is on your side, of course. I mean, we are providing a service to you and information.
No, but I mean, if we fail and we don't make any money, you don't get 5% because it's 5% of nothing is nothing.
That's correct. Yes.
Cool. I'm fine.
No, if you're dead, you're dead. He doesn't get anything.
Yes. And of course, but please be aware that no funeral expenses that we won't bear any of those costs. It's all on you yourselves. So,
He says we're leaving you on the mountain.
mountain.
I don't like climbing mountains, just saying.
You prefer to go under them.
Yep.
Hmm.
The easier way.
Okay, so Ron
Won't this be fun?
puts the parchments in his little folder, and then he puts them in the little box that he has on his desk there. And then he looks over to Gergen, who's talking to him. Gergen, he sort of glances over, and Rogren nods. And then Gergen comes back over. He goes, "Oh, excellent! I see that all the paperwork has been done. I leave this all to Rongrin. Not my forte. So, okay, I have some information for you. A couple of days ago, through my contacts, I was made aware of a village about 3 days travel from here to the northwest of Waybrook. A small little village called Deeping Vale, I think is the name. There seems to be some trouble brewing up there. I mean, it's on the borderlands. It's at the base of the mountains there, and sometimes from time to time things will happen that cause a bit of concern for the local inhabitants. And I think this is one of those situations. So I don't have a huge amount of information. All I know is that there has been some trouble with goblins, I think is what I hear. I don't know what the cause of the goblins. I mean, the goblins have been quiet for quite a long time, particularly since the Goblin Wars all those years ago. But I hear that they are causing the villagers some distress. So I think this might be perfect as a sort of a appetizer adventure for you guys, because I know you guys are just starting out, and so I don't want to throw you in the deep end, as it were. So I think this is a short little adventure that you should be able to. I think with your abilities, you should be able to handle this. And there should possibly be some money involved to your benefit. So does that sound something like you guys could be interested in doing that?
I'm doing it. I'll do it. I'm good.
It sounds like it's the only thing you got for us.
Oh, I have others. I mean, like I said, I'm the collector. But I think before I give you some more juicy, substantial adventures, it's like I said, this is our first agreement. And should you guys return successfully from this adventure, and the contracts are all resolved and beneficial to both parties, then there are other things that we can possibly do business with. I might have some slightly some more meteor rolls for you, I should say, if we're going to use the theatre analogy. But I would, yes, yeah, I mean, definitely, it's about 3 days travel north of here, the village of Deep in Vale. I do recommend that you probably, if you're going to be dealing with some goblins, that you might want to get some people who have a bit more skill with their hands to deal with any unfortunate events that might occur up in the mountains. So I know that some of the other places around town, other sort of retainers are available that you might be able to meet. So I suggest you gather your equipment. I would imagine that you'll be gone for, well, it's a 3-day trip there, 3-day trip back. So I'd imagine you're going to be away for at least a couple of weeks. And then upon your return, successfully on your return, we will conclude the contract, and then I might have some more work for you. And Rogrin,
we're like a small group of 5 here. Do we need to elect a spokesman for the group, or what do we do here?
Well, that's something you guys will have to do.
No, not the gnome, because certainly. The gnome's a coward.
Pretty sure I'm the one who said I was good first before anybody else cowered my butt.
So Rongarin passes you a map, and this is what you can see. And so you're in the town of Waybrook, and he says that you take the King's Road north for a day, and to which point you will find a track moving to the northwest, which will take you through some woods and hills until eventually you will reach the village of Deeping Vale at the foot of the Barrier Mountains. So yeah, you're looking at a 3-day trek there, and then you get to the village of Deeping Vale, and whatever issues are causing all these problems, you have to solve. So what you guys will have to do is you have to get kitted up. You've all got your money, so you have to buy equipment. And just to give you an idea of what things you can get, this is, can you guys see that?
Can you enlarge it? There we go.
See the map.
Good.
Can you see this now?
Yeah.
So this is like the equipment list. So weapons, armor, and a range of different equipment that you can use. So yes, let's do the easy stuff first, which is your armor and weaponry. So we'll start with Debbie and Tracy, because you are magic casters. So you aren't allowed to wear any armor because it kind of affects your ability to magical abilities. So you'll be just wearing normal clothing. Now, illusionists and magic users, for weaponry, you have two options. You can either get daggers or you can get staffs. So a staff is like a two-handed thing. Obviously, everyone remembers, like, Gandalf and all that. It's a staff. But you can use daggers. That's your limitation as far as weaponry goes. But there's no limitation on any sort of equipment that you would like to buy. But I mean, you're going to need food. You're going to need water. You're going to need. You're going to be going underground, or at night you're going to need torches. You need to be able to start fires. So you're going to need flint and steel, tinder boxes. So yeah, I would make down a list of what you would like to take. I mean, you might want to, because you actually are all working together as a team. You don't necessarily want to double up on certain stuff. And then of course you're going to be carrying treasure and things, so you might want some sacks or pouches. You will need to you'll be sleeping at rough sometimes, so you're going to need a bedroll or a tent or something like that. And then you need to be able to carry things, so you might want to get a backpack. So there are some places in town where you can buy this buy this equipment, I should say. So yeah, I think best thing is for you guys to just decide on what equipment that you want to get together, and then I can direct you as to where you can buy that from.
Sure.
I have a question.
Yes, Ada.
So, how much is all of this, and is there a Black Friday sale? I'm like all about my sales. Okay, like I'm not paying like premium price for tinder box or scroll case, so there better be a sale on this stuff.
Well, you can get, I mean, tinder box and scroll case, you can kind of, scroll left or scroll right on tinder boxes.
Well done.
Please. So
sorry, I had to do that. I apologize. All right, but yeah.
I'm not loving the lack of prices here, sir.
Well, that's because this is just an equipment list. You'll need to discuss pricing with the people you buy the stuff from. So if we go back to the town map again, go back to Waybrook.
FYI, colleagues, I'm very good at negotiating, and that's usually with a man's throat at the tip of my dagger.
I mean, you are a bard, though, Emma. So you are a bard, so you are fairly charismatic. So you can use your bardly charms to maybe get some better deals.
It's like strawberry coated arsenic.
Mm-hmm. So you can see on the map here, we have the armor. Obviously, that's where you can go and buy armor and weaponry. There's a smith. The trading post is a nice place where you can buy most of your equipment, most of your adventuring equipment. Hauser's Emporium is an interesting place. Probably worth checking in to see that. Baron's Leather Goods, if you need anything involving leather, like leather armor, for example. And then the apothecary.
Anything involving leather?
Yes. So if your gimp suits are there too.
Just checking.
Bring out the gimp.
How much armor do they give?
What was that?
The gimp suits, how much armor do they have?
I don't know. There isn't a class for it.
It would be a leather armor.
The level 1 gimp. Level 1 gimp takes leather armor. Yeah, and a few chains, and maybe a whip.
Well, I mean, I would
They spend
like
the whole
to-
adventure crawling on their hands and knees.
That's right.
In a rubber
Yeah. You got to roll a 10-sided die to unzip the little thing to talk.
Okay.
I would like to go where I can get a dagger. It doesn't have to be anything special. Because I think me trying to carry, trying to use and carry a staff would be a joke.
Yeah, because I guess if they cut it to your size, it's actually a stick then, isn't it? It's not really
Yeah,
a
at that
staff.
point, I might as well just like fight someone with chopsticks. Like, ah!
Yeah.
And then like the usual stuff like a backpack and the bedroll. And I would like a bag of marbles though.
Ah, interesting. Yes, that could come in handy.
And a mining pick.
Yes.
Are those huge? Is that like a huge pick, or would I be able to get like a me-sized pick?
You'll have to go to places, but obviously they take all sorts in this town, so lots of different races come through or species I should say, come through the town. So they might be different sizes. Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, being a pick, I mean, you can always just cut the handle shorter.
Yeah, but if the head of it is like bigger than my body, that's going to be something I can't carry. Guys! I like fall over. So I mean, I basically want like normal stuff like the rations and stuff like that, other than the marbles, maybe a pick and a dagger. I probably can't carry torches and shit like that, so I could get a tinderbox. Like if we're gonna pool resources, I probably can't carry any torches to be any use to anybody.
Maybe we can go get resources together so we can get the bundle price if we buy a lot of things at once.
Yeah, that's
I love how we're all into haggling already.
get a bundle deal going. So I would
This is
suggest
not Costco, okay?
buy in bulk, save, crazy bargains.
You want to shop? Want to save money? Shop in stores with cement floors.
Yep. I would suggest that you make your way over to
I wasn't done.
the trading post to get your. Well, I think maybe you probably want to sort out your armor and weaponry first, don't you? Because
I need to go to the smithy.
That's the business end. So, so if you're after armor, that's the armor, obviously, and the armor also does your weaponry. Most of the weaponry. The smithy is more for your ironmongery and your blacksmithing type sort of equipment. So you want a grappling hook, you can go to the smithy or something like that. So if you go to the armorer, make your way to the armorer. So the next morning you're heading out. You had spent. You found some nearby accommodation and you spent the night. And then in the morning, after a frugal breakfast, you head out into the town and you make your way to the armorer, where you meet the proprietor, Grildar Firebelt, who is a male dwarf. And you enter his office and he goes. When you go in there, you can see he's been working. He's a bit sweaty, a bit grimy. He's got a bit of soot and dirt on his face and hands, and you can see he's got one of those leather aprons. Where
I'm swiping left on the tinderbox.
When I walk in,
and he goes, "Okay," and he puts down his tools and goes, "Hello." What did you say?
as soon as I walk in and I notice it's a dwarf, I'm gonna try to say hi to him in Dwarvish. I speak Dwarvish, but I want to fuck it up. And instead of saying "Hello, impressive dwarf," I want to say "Hello, impressively small dwarf."
He sort of looks at you and he sort of gives you a quizzical eye and he goes, "Okay.
Maybe I got that wrong.
Yeah.
I thought it was a better reaction.
Well, I guess what can I help you with? Are you looking to be fitted out in some armor? Equipment or something?
Yeah, I don't speak dwarf, but I speak money. So I'm looking to get I'm looking to get some chainmail, and I want a two-handed sword. What do you got? And none of this wish.com stuff.
Just sidebar, our character here. Being a cleric, you are limited in what weapons you can choose. So you can't choose any edged weapons. So that means that you are limited to, obviously things that don't have an edge. So that would mean you could buy a club, you could buy a mace, you could buy a warhammer.
Mace. Let's do a
Isn't
mace.
he dual class though? Aren't you dual class? Doesn't he get the weapons of both? Oh, okay.
No, that's Renolf, the druid.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with a mace.
Okay, mace. He goes, oh, yes, I've got some nice maces for you. And he goes down the back of his thing, and there's like a rack, and he just pulls up a mace. And he says,
nice rack.
Hey?
Nice rack. Nice rack.
Yeah. I get a lot of comments for it. passes you the mace. Yeah, check the balance of that. See how you like it.
Pretty good.
I like it. So it's all yours for a princely sum of 5 gold pieces. Good quality there.
Reaches in my pocket, pulls out 5 gold pieces. Thank you so much for the mace. Let's talk about chainmail.
Chainmail. Excellent. Yeah. And so he goes back, and he's got this like clothing rack, and sort of what size would you be? I think you're about you're a reasonable guy. I think you're a large. I think.
No, more like a schmedium.
A schmedium. Okay. He pulls out a string of mail, and he sort of brings it over, and he sort of holds it up against it. And he goes, "Yeah, that looks right for you." He passes you to try it on.
So I try it on, and does this make my butt look fat? Am I good? All right. How much is it?
Okay, chainmail. That's again good quality there. All best materials. 40 gold pieces, please.
40 gold pieces.
We're all gonna be buying stuff. That seems like a lot if you're getting a good amount of business. That it's not my business. I should shut.
What did the gnome say?
Bundle prize. We're all going to be buying something, whether big or small, and I feel like maybe there could be some kind of consideration for that. He's not just the only one who's buying.
Okay, well, why don't we we'll compile a list of what you want, and then we'll come to an agreeable price. Does that sounds
good?
Okay. So we have a mace, we have chainmail. Okay, then. My rather nervous short-statured friend.
I'm so pleased that you almost called me a dwarf. No one's almost called me a dwarf before. I find that to be a huge compliment. So thank you. And I'm going to try to say thank you in Dwarvish, and I'm going to say fuck you instead.
I'll
get it right eventually.
I've got this idea in my head, my vision of the head of a low with the guy who's trying to speak French. Good mooning. Yeah,
I don't know that.
You don't know that?
For me, I can't. Obviously, I can't do much. But I would take. Do you have any throwing daggers? I don't know how good I would be.
So we had these daggers, and he sort of has a drawer, and he pulls out, and there's a bunch of daggers there. And he says, he sort of picks one up in his hand, flicks it around a bit, and then sort of passes over to you. Here, try that. Passes you the dagger handle first, of course, and safety. He said, yeah, these daggers are quite good. You can use them for throwing or for just hand-to-hand combat. Nicely balanced. They should throw quite well. 3 gold pieces for a dagger.
For one dagger.
For one dagger, yes.
Okay.
But if you want to have for throwing, then I would recommend, you probably get about 3 or 4. Make sure you go and pick them up after you've thrown them if you can.
If I can, I would take 3.
3, okay. Okay, and Ada, and he sort of looks up at you and goes, you have a strange look about you. Something in the eyes, I think it is. But what would you like? And you're on mute.
My
Oh, she's frozen.
insult would have worked a lot better if I wasn't on mute. I said, something you want to say to me, dwarf?
I'm just inquiring what the maiden would like to purchase.
No, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Okay. So if you want a dagger, just make a
I can't hear you, Neil.
sort of
What is
gesture.
going on? You're making like you're making a stabbing gesture. Right. So I need some armor, don't I? I think the only thing I can wear though as a bard is leather.
Yes. So you unfortunately I'm all metal here, no leather. So you'll have to go elsewhere. I think Baron's leather goods is where you would need for leather armor. But yes.
So I can't wear any metalware. That's a shame.
No. But I can certainly help you out with weaponry. What would you like for weaponry?
Something I can stab people with.
Well, okay. Like I said, I have a collection of daggers and of course for other weaponry, swords, short swords, warhammers. You know, lots of things.
Do you have like a fine rapier that would look good at my hip?
I can see. You like quality. Okay. Well, yes, I have some rapier type swords, which should complement your style, I think. Let me just pull up the list for you again. And so he goes out and he sort of pulls out a nice looking rapier type sword with a nice sort of hilt, sort of what do they call it? Is it basket hilt? No, it's not quite the right term.
The really intricate
Yeah,
one.
it's like twisted metal to form my little sort of like a cage around your fist. I think it's a basket hilt. Yes, so that's it, and you can tell straight away it's good quality. So it's probably a bit more pricier than a normal, rudimentary sort of sword. So it would be worth 15 gold pieces for that, for your rapier.
How much if I just wanted 2 of the really nice daggers, the silver daggers over there?
Well, silver daggers are, if you got a werewolf problem, these are the things you want to use. But obviously being silver, they're a lot more expensive. So they're 30 gold pieces.
What about just 2 nice hand daggers?
Yep. Like I said to your gnome friend, free gold pieces each.
So cheap. All right. I quite like the idea of wielding dual daggers. I don't really want throwing knives. I'm thinking more just dual daggers would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you could use a rapier and a dagger together.
Ooh. Let's do that. Oh, can I get 2 daggers and a rapier?
Yep, you can.
That's a lot of weapons. Actually, you have do you have instruments here as well, good sir? No,
just things that you can hit people with, really. So it's you probably need to go to the trading post for things like that, or maybe Halzar's Emporium, they may have them. They handle.
Is it too much if I have a rapier and 2 daggers? I don't know.
Because you can throw a dagger. You have a dagger in your boot. It's always handy to have a dagger. So you could fight with a sword and a dagger, and you can also throw daggers. So there you go. That covers all the bases, as they say.
All right.
I don't know where they say bases in this world, but anyway.
Let's do it.
Okay. So a rapier, I said it's 15 gold pieces. 2 daggers, that's 3 gold pieces each. Clover was after 3 daggers, and we've got a mace and chainmail. Does Murph want a shield? He's on mute.
Yeah, probably be a good idea, I think.
Yeah, well, you got a spare hand, so and it helps with your armor class. So a shield would be what is it? That's about 10 gold pieces for a shield.
Well, hang on a second there, because you were going to give us a deal once we all armored up here.
Yeah, well, I'm just giving you the prices as I give the items, and then we'll tally it all up, and then we'll discuss.
10 gold pieces. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take that. Well, let's see what the price is going to be.
Okay, and so that leaves us to Ranulf, druid fighter.
Yeah.
I think you're also, being a druid, you're limited to leather armor.
My connection has been really, really bad, Neil. It's like kicked me out a handful of times, so hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah. Actually, no, you're a fighter druid, so you're a multi-class, so you can actually use any armor. You're not limited to leather armor. So you can actually, you could go for chainmail or plate mail or anything like that.
Yeah, but I'm a fighter. I don't need that kind of stuff weighing me down. Honestly, I may want to go with furs, but for weapon, can I do weaponry first?
Yep.
All right, so what am I limited to?
You don't have any limitation on your weaponry.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you guys may want to consider is missile weapons, like bows and...
Well, I was thinking either lance or spear.
Well, a lance is something you use on horseback, so... but a spear is obviously definitely something you could go for, and you can throw spears as well, so...
Right. So I kind of want a ranged weapon, but I also want to be able to do some close melee stuff. I think I'm kind of sold on the spear then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, a spear, do you want a sidearm weapon as well, like a short sword or a dagger or just even a normal sword?
I'd prefer to do a short if I had to have something sidearm, and that's a good idea. So yeah, let's do the spear and then a short sword.
Okay, spears are 3 gold pieces. Short swords are 7 gold pieces.
Okay.
So, did you decide on armor? You want like chainmail or leather armor?
Do we have any I don't know, numbers on these for like what we get with each one for?
Well, armor affects your armor class. So I think leather is armor class 5, and let me just double check.
I'm thinking padded armor, but yeah, anything that's like full on metal, I want out. I don't want it.
Well, yeah, that would eliminate sort of plate armor, but
yeah.
But chainmail is flexible and
not flexible enough. What does fur get me?
Fur doesn't give very much protection at all, really. It's
as a fighter, you really kind of need armor.
Are you telling me how to do my job?
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying. This is Tracy to Brad, not
all right. But I still want it to be kind of like light and what's banded mail? What does that look like?
Banded armor is it's kind of like leather armor, which has like strips of. In the old days, I think they would have called it brigadine. So it's sort of not quite as good as chainmail, but it's not too far off. It's kind of it's leather with some strips of metal that are kind of stitched to the outside of the leather.
So I'm looking at either leather or chainmail. And so I'm sorry, one more time. So like leather, it's, what did you say, +5 or 5 armor?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to bring that up now. I'm just going to get the right book. Okay, where is it? Classic game characters. Okay, and if we look at weapons and armor. Okay, so leather armor drops your armor. So your armor class is normally 9 for unarmored. If you wear leather armor, it drops your armor class to 7. If you wear chainmail, it comes down to 5. A shield gives an extra -1. So if you're like chainmail and shield, you would have an armor class of 4. Leather armor and a shield armor class 6. So there's no limitation on you. You can use shields. So yeah, if you go for the banded,
obviously, though, shield requires an arm, though, right? Obviously, so
yeah.
Let me just go with the chain for now. The chainmail.
The chainmail.
I want that.
Okay, so chainmail is 40.
Okay.
For now.
That gives me
Just so you can, just for completeness, banded mail gives you an armor class of 4. So it's actually
a little better, but no, it's too. I need something that breathes.
Okay, so you go on chainmail as well. Okay, cool. All right, so did you? Oh, so you decided on your weaponry. So I think that's all your armor and weaponry.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, so I'll tally that up. No one said there would be math.
Debbie, what did you get? Did Debbie get hers yet? Neil.
Okay. Yes.
Neil. Debbie hasn't gone yet.
Oh, sorry, Debbie. Okay, so being a magic user, you're kind of limited to a staff and dagger.
So Elise go up to there and ask the dwarf, so I don't think I really used a weapon before. Can I test them out to see which one I can actually use?
When you say test out, what do you mean?
I don't know, like hold it to make sure I know which pointy end is which pointy end.
Yes. So he basically flicks a.
Who brought the amateur?
And hands the dagger to you.
Yeah.
So, how does that feel in your hand, lady? And gives you the dagger to hold.
It's not the first time you said that, Neil.
Is that a dagger in your pocket?
You're just happy to see me.
Why they call you Dungeon Master?
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing. So is that why they call them Dungeon Masters?
Okay, so we've already discussed gimp suits, and now we're into dungeons. I think we're kind of drifting into a.
Wait, we could have bought a gimp suit.
We could have. You missed this.
That was a thing.
Oh, you missed the whole gimp thing, did you?
It's that bad connection.
Yeah.
I said then we have a member of the party crawling on the whole campaign.
Sorry, you were breaking up then. Sorry.
I was just saying to Brad, he missed the conversation where we said there'd be a member of the party crawling on their hands and knees for the whole of the campaign.
I missed it.
So
Very practical
lady,
to bring a gimp on a campaign.
You guys
so
have all the fun about
do you
me.
like the feel of the dagger, lady?
It's lighter than I thought.
Yeah, and good quality workmanship there. How many shall I put you down for?
Do you have something that have a longer reach? Since I can't, they are very close. If I can hit them with a dagger.
Well, for being a magic user, you're limited to 2 weaponries. So you basically got a staff. So big wooden stick with maybe some little metal tips on the end of it. But yeah, a staff is what you could use for distance.
Can I get a staff and a dagger?
Yep, you can. So a staff will cost you 2 gold pieces. And daggers are obviously 3 gold pieces. You just want the 1 dagger?
I might get 2 dagger.
2 daggers, okay. Okay,
He's
so
upselling us now. Would you like fries with that?
yes, we have a special deal on daggers because we seem to be sold. We sold quite a few daggers here. We've got what's that? 7 daggers. Okay. Hey, well, he's happy you guys walked in the door this morning. That's for sure. His day started off really well. So, and 5 plus 40 plus 9 plus 3 plus 7 plus 15 plus 6 plus 40 plus 6 plus 2. 143 gold pieces is the total. And since you want a good deal, I will take 10% off. Let's make it around. Let's call it 125 in total. How does that sound?
How about we take it down to 100 before I beat you in Gnome?
What was that?
What?
Sorry, you broke up there.
What? Oh, I think we lost Murph.
I think Murph his tiefling is channeling his demonic sort of possession.
Give him a sec, because I think he was just threatening you. It sounded like he said before I beat you with our gnome, which does not throw me as an idea. Normally I'm a team player, but
Hey, I mean, 125 gold pieces for all this. I think that's a great deal. I mean, look at the workmanship. Look at the quality.
I don't know if he's dropped off. Oh, he dropped off.
He dropped out. Yeah, he's been summoned to the demon portal.
Whatever we end up doing, just so you guys know, I mean, you can split up how much money that saves you off of what you bought. Mine is only 9 gold, so I'll pay my 9. That's fine.
I think we should split the bill equally.
I think not.
Do we get to use your spear then?
Have a euphemism. I'm not touching anyone's spear.
Nobody asked you to.
That is
Human,
not
half-breed, or otherwise.
That is not a euphemism. So Murph is so now that Murph has had to step out, and the dwarf feels less likely to be bashed over the head with a gnome. He's
just so that we make the tiefling happy. Could we maybe get it down to 120, maybe?
Oh, okay. Because you're a fellow subterranean.
Doesn't
120.
pay it off for me.
120, and he spits in his palm and says, "Deal."
Deal.
Okay, 120 gold
I hope
pieces.
he's not mad at us for making that deal.
We can't settle the bill till Murph's out of the bathroom, though.
You know what? And I don't know. Maybe we should pool our resources. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Because I don't have as much money as some people, and some people have less money than me. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, I would offer a suggestion, but you pay for your weapon and armor yourselves, and then the adventuring gear you go in together on.
So how much was the total of all that, so that the people who are getting a discount know how much to take off of what they totaled?
Oh God, no! It's just too much math.
You did a percentage as opposed to taking off so much of.
Well, I've taken off about 15%. So, I think.
No one told me that this adventure would come with having to do maths.
Well, I'm pretty smart, so I can do the math.
With you lot.
Did you guys each keep track of your totals?
Oh, my total is 8, so maybe I'll pay 7.
Yeah. So your total was you had 2 daggers. That's 6 plus the staff makes 8. So you would bring it down by 20%. It's about let's call it 6 gold pieces for you, Debbie, or at least I should say. So that takes care of you. Clover had 3 daggers.
Mine was 9.
Which is 9, so make it 7.
No, I'm okay. I'll take mine and spread it around everybody else because this is minimal for me.
All right, 9. Okay, and then Brad.
I had 50.
So Reynolds, I should
50.
say, had a spear and a short sword, which was 10, and chainmail, which was 40. A total of 50. So, and I think the discount is nearly 20% actually. So let's just make it an even. Let's make it an even 40 gold pieces for you.
Money.
And then we're left with Freljord, who the chainmail is 40, the shield is 10, it's 50, and it's 55 for the mace. So it's going to be 44 gold pieces for him.
Okay. He said Zoom has dropped him off and he's trying to log back in.
Oh, I've got to let him back in. There he is. He's coming back in.
Ah, okay.
I was actually keeping him out because I didn't want to get beaten over the head
with a gnome, potentially. Hey, Murph.
Hey.
We negotiated without you, but we couldn't understand what your actual threat was before you left.
Oh.
Were you threatening to beat him with a gnome?
Yeah, I was saying like drop it down to 100, or I was going to beat you with the gnome.
Not so
Now,
sure
not
I'm
necess-
comfortable.
Not necessarily the gnome that is traveling with us, but in lack of another gnome.
I see. Well, we didn't get it quite that far down. I'm sorry, but
Right.
he's
What
knocking off like 20%.
20%.
Were you
okay.
after like an emergency gnome in case of emergency break glass for the emergency gnome that you could just pull out? And...
It's just like American Express. Don't leave home without it.
Don't leave gnome without it.
Don't leave home. Okay, so 20% of everything that. Okay.
Your total was 55 gold pieces, but we're offering it to you for 44. Bargain.
44. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Bargain. So I think that's everyone taken care of as far as.
I don't think you gave Em her discount.
I think I have to give you 17 gold
so I don't know if I
pieces.
should give her a discount.
You shook hands and you said 20%, and she's been much ruder to me than she's been to you. So suck it up, Buttercup.
All right, we'll say 15 gold pieces. There, you're throwing the daggers for free. How's that sound?
Amazing.
I see what you did there. You got to throw in the daggers.
I'm still at the back of the store swinging the dagger around trying to get people.
Yeah, make sure your hands aren't too sweaty, Debbie, or else you might slip and it might just. Oops, sorry, my bad.
Please don't hit me. I'm pretty squishy.
Well, you're the smallest target right now, so.
Okay,
That's true.
so I think that covers all your stabby things and armor. So we go back to the town. So that takes us out of the armory. So who wanted leather armor? I think some of you guys wanted to get leather. So that would head us off to Baron's Leather Goods.
Can I go check out Halza's Emporium, or do you want to do it separately?
It's
like
nearby.
everybody wants to come there.
It's just across the very symmetrical roads that I put in this town.
Maybe
yes.
Okay, we can come back here because we need to. It's like I don't know what's in there, so I'm curious. But we can go to the leather place first.
Well, you might as well go in, and it's just like I said, it's just across the road, so you can go into the Emporium. So when you enter the Emporium, it's one of these curiosity type shops. It's just full of interesting knickknacks and so on. And there's this an old guy behind the counter. His name is Halza, as the name would suggest from the shop. And he comes up and he looks at me and he goes, hello. Welcome to Halza's Emporium. As you can see, I have a wide selection. Please take your time, look around, see if anything catches your eye. I also offer services. If you have items of an unknown origin, but you're wanting to determine their worth and possibly their what abilities these things may have, I also offer that for a fee as well. So, but yeah, and you can see that there's like there's like antiques, and there's old books, and there's scrolls and other things lying around. So
I want to look for anything that has a clover on it. Is there anything in the store that has a clover on it?
Oh, clover. Clover. Let me look. I have a little necklace, maybe with a little clover. Holds up a little chain with a little pendant on
How
the end.
much?
Oh, okay. 5 gold pieces. How does that sound?
That seems like a lot for a tiny little necklace.
But it's silver.
It's not even made of gold, and you want 5 gold for it?
Oh, you caught me again.
How much? Why is it worth?
You know, with
5
inflation, but the gold these days has been so delicious. the price of gold has gone down. I mean,
Okay,
the amount of gold
Halza.
and gold coins these days, I don't know.
my friend, Halza. Is Halza human?
Houses are human, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna look like way up at him and be like, all right, so here's the thing. I know you've got magic stuff in here. Is this magical?
Oh, no. I keep the magic stuff out back.
So you want me to give you 5 gold for a tiny little necklace that's not magical?
Look at the craftsmanship.
I can barely see it.
Oh. All right. 1 gold piece.
Deal.
Yeah, okay. There you go. So you got your little silver clover pendant. So
Thank you.
he just sort of takes your coin and just quickly slips it into a little pouch at his hip. Anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, I'd like a magnifying glass. But a magnifying glass that when you use it, particularly can read, it'll translate any language as you're reading it.
Is that a thing? I would have asked for that.
Hey, back of the line, gnome.
Thing. Are we just making up
Why
things
is
that we
this whole
want
group
now?
angry? You guys all need a Starbucks.
I have a magnifying glass, but I don't have a magical magnifying glass.
All right, so how much is the magnifying glass? It's because it's not magical, it shouldn't be very expensive.
3 gold pieces for you.
3 gold pieces.
Yeah.
What is this thing made out of aside from glass?
Glass, and it has a metal frame and a handle.
Okay, I'll give you 3.
That sounds like a good deal.
There you go.
Terrible bargaining skills.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Fradiol's only bargaining chips is basically he wants to bash people with gnomes, so he doesn't have too many strings to the negotiating bow. It's either pay for the price or bash with gnome.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 gold pieces for the magnifying glass.
Yep. Okay, so as Hauser said, Hauser's is a place where he will sell and trade and assess magical items. Actually, on something that he does have for Ada, musical instruments.
So it's Ada.
So along the wall on a shelf is a number of instruments. We have your standard lute, flutes, panpipes, maracas, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how you can
imagine if I was just like maraca solo.
You could do the sort of what's his name, Peter Allen. My baby cries to me. I go to Rio. Anyway,
Lutes, flutes, and rugs of jute. They're like planes, trains, and automobiles, but this is like the D&D sequel of it or something.
Yeah, it's the Hals's Emporium of it.
Do you have an enchanted lute?
Enchanted lute? No, well, I mean, being a bard, you can just for your bardly skills, you can enchant people anyway.
But can I make people fall asleep with this lute?
No.
I don't know. I haven't heard her sing yet. She might be really boring.
So she could be like the druid, the bard in Asterix.
I might just sing Taylor Swift and put everyone to
Cacophonics,
sleep.
whatever it's called.
Make us wish we were dead.
So
Maybe I just sing Adele the whole trip. Really make you wish you were dead.
So did you want an instrument, Ada?
I would like a lute, please.
Okay. So he pulls down a loot off shop. That'll be 20 gold pieces, please.
You've got to be joking. I'll
Well,
give
I
you 10
am
and not
not-
a drop more.
It's the only place in town that I'm aware of that sells loots, and it's a good quality loot.
Guys, can I, I'm going to talk to my colleagues here. Do we not think that places like the trading post would also sell instruments?
Possibly.
No reason you can't go and check, and then if he's right and he's the only game in town, he's certainly not going to raise the price on you when we come back, you know, given the propensity for gnome throwing.
Yeah, also he have a habit of upcharging. That necklace went from 5 gold coin to 1 gold coin. That's 80% off.
Yeah, I don't think he knows what he's selling.
Well,
I mean, who the hell pays 3 gold pieces?
Clover made a fairly good
megaphone?
argument, but the thing was made of silver, and I was offering 5 gold pieces for it.
All right, can I go and find out if any of the other stores sell loots?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could head off to the trading post.
One more thing before we go.
Yes.
Do you happen to have any potions?
Oh, potions. I think you probably want to go and talk to the apothecary about that.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
My old friend, Osdale, in the apothecary shop, will be the person to talk to about for potions and things.
Perfect.
So, moving out.
What
of
else can I get in House's Emporium before we
well,
leave House's?
like I said, he does sell some, magical scrolls and things, but because you're just starting your adventurers, I think it's probably going to be out of your price range.
All right, I might be back to get that loot.
Okay.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're moving out of the House's Emporium and we move to the trading post. So this is where we can pick up all the other bits of equipment and things that you need, such as backpacks and so on.
We got the trading post?
Is there a
Yep.
loot?
At the trading post, you look around and no, you can't see any musical instruments. He's like dry goods and things. So you see sacks and ropes and lanterns and tools.
Do we need-
and things like
Do
that.
we need food or
All right,
anything?
you lot. I'm going back to the other place to buy that loot.
Okay. So while Ada goes off to haggle on the loot, Renault, this is where you would buy food. And so there's rations. So there's standard rations, which is enough for about 7 days for one person. Standard rations are essentially just normal food that can go off. Iron rations are kind of like dried foods, so dried meats, salted beef, and other sort of materials that can handle longer trips and longer time. Standard rations will set you back 5 gold pieces. Iron rations set you back 15 gold pieces.
15 gold pieces.
Yeah.
What the hell would we need marbles for?
I would like marbles.
Okay.
I've lost mine a
Well,
lot.
I mean,
Okay.
I can imagine if you're being pursued by someone and
Right.
you're running down a corridor and you throw a bunch of marbles behind you.
Home Alone.
Or if you've lost your marbles and you need to get them back. Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Yep.
If you want to feel like you have friends, a bag full of marbles helps.
Oh.
All right.
So if we're traveling for like 3 days to get there, and then it's a town that we're going to, and then 3 days to get back, if we each bought like standard rations, we'd be okay to get there at least.
you could get there and back, yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
presuming we came right and back. The standard would go bad though by the time we came back if we were there for a week, right? Like they only last for a week, right?
Standard rations is enough for one person for a week. Yes.
But I mean,
So
how quickly do they go bad? Because you said they go bad.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to look up that. Hang on. Where is it? Hang on. Okay.
I mean, if we get 7 days worth of rations, they won't go bad before we finish them, though.
No, but the question is, do you want to buy 2 weeks worth and take it with you, or just buy 1 week worth and fend for it when we get to the other place?
If I buy a second thing of rations, I'm just going to be snacking on those the whole way.
Okay, so it says just standard rations of fresh, unpreserved food, so they would last as you know. If you're not eating them, they'll last for a few days. But iron rations essentially can last for quite a long time without going
So
on.
let's each get standard rations, and I'll buy a backpack, and I can carry them.
Yeah, well, I would probably recommend you all get backpacks because you want to be carrying. You want to get treasure when you come back as well.
Mm-hmm.
How much is a backpack?
Backpacks are 5 gold pieces.
How much is a tinderbox?
Tinderbox will set you back 3 gold pieces.
How much is the what? Huh?
If we're traveling, we probably need tents and bedrolls as well.
Yeah, at the very least, you'd want bedroll. I mean, tents are a bit bigger. A tent would cost $20, 20 gold pieces, I should say. Let's look. Tents. Tent is enough for 2 people. Maybe 20 gold pieces. A bedroll is just it's a heavy woolen blanket with a small pillow.
We don't have horses or anything to carry things like tents.
Well, I was actually going to look that up. You can actually could possibly buy a donkey or a mule or something to carry stuff for you, particularly if you're going to be loaded up with treasure afterwards. It might be handy to
I'm asked if we're keeping track. I'm just writing down what I want to get, and then I'm going to tell Neil what I'm buying.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of doing too. How much did you say the bedroll was?
Bedroll was 2 gold pieces, I think I said it was.
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't
2
think
gold
I'm going to
pieces.
get. And a water skin.
1 gold piece for that. And you can obviously
And a
fill it up.
sack.
Small sack is 1 gold piece.
How much is the belt pouch?
Belt pouch is 1 gold piece.
Sorry?
1 gold piece.
How much is the block and tackle?
Okay, block and tackle. You'll need to get some rope as well.
I make rope.
Yeah, but you've got to have the materials and the equipment to make rope, which you don't necessarily carry on with you all the time. So you know how to do it. If you had the time and the equipment, you know how to make some rope. But having watched a few videos, it takes a while to make rope. So,
okay. So block, tackle, and rope.
Okay, so a rope is 50 feet of rope is a 1 gold piece. Block and tackle is 5 gold pieces.
And how much is a fishing rod and tackle?
4.
Okay.
How much is a lantern?
Okay, so torches you get 6 torches for a 1 gold piece. A lantern is 10. We also have a bullseye lantern, which I think is something that has like a focusing snout on it. That's 20. But then you'll need to buy some oil as well. A flask of oil is 2 gold pieces, so you might need a couple of flasks of oil.
Okay. So we don't all end up with the same thing. I don't think we should all buy a tinderbox or whatever. Murph, do you still have money left? Because you and Renault have spent so much money on your gear, right? I don't know, Em, you probably spent a lot of money on your gear too.
Well, Mom, I've got. I had a lot of money to start with. I had 120 gold pieces.
Oh, so, I see. I'm trying to help you guys, and I've got shit.
I appreciate it. Yeah. So even everything that I want to buy is only about 33. I think it's 33 gold pieces, unless we're going to strike a deal on bulk buying.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's definitely the idea. Is you tally up all your deals.
So
then,
right. What did you say the dry rations were? The iron rations are worth? 15?
They are 15, I think I said it was.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, 15 for iron rations.
Okay.
I have 5 for normal rations.
Okay. So I have a list. Would you like the list?
Just give me the total.
33.
33 gold pieces. Okay. I'll do it for the.
I don't know how much my shopping list is, so I want some thieves' tools. I don't know how much that is.
Well, just slow your roll there, emo bard. That's just okay. So 33. Like, what are you going to give me for this?
30.
What's the deal?
30.
30. 27.
30.
27.
30.
28.
29, and we're done.
29.
Was that really worth an extra gold piece?
Do you know how much mead you can buy for gold? Yes, it was worth it.
Sorry, Ada, you want to know about thieves' tools? Thieves' tools are 25 gold pieces. And remember, you haven't bought your leather armor yet either.
Why is thieves' tools so expensive?
Because they're not things that people use all the time, because mainly only thieves use them. They're like the tools for like picking locks and things. So they're quite.
Wow, I feel like I need that as a thief.
Yeah, you'll need it to pick locks for sure.
Okay, sign me up for one.
Yep.
All right, I need a bedroll because I need to sleep.
Yep.
How much is that?
That's 2.
Okay, that's
I'll be right back.
cheap. All right, a water skin because I need water.
1.
Candles.
Candles. Candles. 10 candles for 1 gold piece.
That's cheap. All right, let's do that. A belt pouch to store some stuff in.
Yep, that's 1.
Okay. Oh yeah, and then I need to go and buy my loot, which is like another 20. Oof.
Yeah, 20 for the loot.
I'll be broke by the end of this. All right.
That's why you go adventuring, to get the money.
All right. I think that's probably enough to get me by for now.
What about food? Or did you order food? Are you going to take food with you? Rations?
All right, let's take some rations. What's iron rations?
Iron rations is like dried food, like dried meats and things. And it's 15 gold pieces.
What about standard?
They're 5 gold pieces.
And so that if I order standard rations for 5, that lasts me a week, does it?
Yeah, it's enough for 1 person for a week.
Okay, we'll do that for now, and I'll find food on the way.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
So it was one lot of rashes, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, and one lot of wine as well, thanks.
Yep. Okay, wine is to get 2 pints of wine for a 1 gold piece.
Oh, bargain. All right. Thanks, Europe. / medieval fantasy Europe. Cheers for that. What kind of bard would I be if I wasn't inebriated for half the trip? All right. Oh gosh. So that's Thieves' Tools 25, Belt Pouch 1, 26, Bedroll 28, Water Skin 29, Candles 30, Rations 31, Wine 32. 32.
How much were you tallying up for the rations?
I think
Wasn't
she
it
only
one
added
gold
one.
piece?
Rations are 5.
Oh, rations are 5. All right,
Yeah.
so that'll be at another 4, 36 then.
36. Okay. I'll do it for 32 for you.
Bargain. All right. 32 it is. All right, and then I go and buy the loot for another 20 as well from the other shop.
Yep. Okay. Something that you might want to know, if you wanted to buy a mule to carry your stuff, how much does that cost? It is... Where's the pricing for that? Here we go. If you want to buy a mule, it would cost 30 gold pieces. So that's something you could, as a group, buy. And then if you needed to get some saddlebags on the mule, they're 5 gold pieces. But a mule might be something too good because you can carry all your stuff, so you're unencumbered. Then if you do get lots of treasure, you can use it to carry it back. So that's something worth considering. So it's 30 gold pieces for a mule and 5 gold pieces for saddlebags.
And that would be 7 gold each.
Yeah.
I feel like we're being upsold on this mule. Like we don't want a mule, do we? That seems like a. And why are we calling it a mule? It's a half horse.
Do you have to feed it?
Ideally, yeah. They normally perform better in bed.
But then we could eat. We could
We
eat
don't
it though.
need a mule.
I like
We
the
could
idea.
eat the mule, yes, but yeah.
I'm
I don't want a
vegetarian.
mule.
Great.
Oh, you're one of those.
One of those.
As the smallest member of this party, I am okay with people being vegetarian. Just saying.
I was planning on just buying a backpack, guys. I don't think we need the mule. I'm stronger than I look.
Yeah.
You can carry everything.
Maybe we could get a mule in the other town. But Murph, you just bought a block and tackle. What is that for?
We're gonna find out, I guess. Probably in kids.
Just making sure. Has everyone got a backpack? Because you'll need to go carry stuff. That's 5 gold pieces for everyone.
So in case there's something blocking the road and we can't get around it, you can use a block and tackle to lift it.
Okay, never mind. I had a different thing in my head.
You could also, hang a gnome by their feet.
What is with you and the gnome? Hello?
Nothing.
He's got a gnome fixation.
Apparently. I'm a little worried now. Do you have marbles, good sir? Are there marbles in your shop?
Yes. Bag of marbles. Actually, we have marbles. 1 gold piece for a bag of 20.
Okay.
Tracy, I said you could buy one thing.
My list is 38 gold.
Okay, we'll do that for 34.
32.
I'll give you a discount for your height, so 33.
Fine, 33.
All right. So is that taking care of everyone?
I haven't bought anything
I
yet.
haven't bought set.
Okay, Debbie, go ahead. Or Elise, I should say.
So ration is 5.
Yep.
Iron ration is 15.
Yes.
Bedroll is 2.
Yes.
Backpack is 5.
Yes.
Water skin is 1.
Yes.
Belt pouch is 1 or 2.
1.
And torches is 1.
Yes.
How much is a chisel?
Chisel is 2.
Good idea.
If you've got a chisel, you probably want a hammer.
How much is a hammer?
A hammer is... I think it's 1. What is it? I can't see that. Yeah, just 1 gold piece.
Okay. How much is a mirror?
Mirror. Comes in handy, mirrors. They're a little hand mirror. And they are 5.
Wow.
Actually, hammer's 2, sorry, not 1.
Okay. And the mirror is 5. Let me see.
Yep. It's a steel, polished steel mirror. It's not glass.
Oh, cool. 30, 32, 34, 19. No. How much is chalk?
Chalk. You get 10 sticks for 1 gold piece.
Alright. So that will be 40 total.
Okay, we'll drop 10%, so 36.
35?
Go on then. I'm getting a lot of business out of you guys, so yeah, 35 is fine.
Yay.
And
Alright.
Renault.
All right, shopkeep.
Mm-hmm.
So the backpack is 5, and a week's worth of rations are 5. The regular standard rations.
Yep.
All right. Debbie, did you buy a 1 torch or did you buy a 6-pack?
I think it's
6.
6-pack.
It's 6. You probably want
Does
to
that
get...
come with something to light it?
No, that's what you'd use a tinderbox for.
Oh, I got
Can
you.
we share?
Okay.
Can we share Tinder? Because I bought one.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
I bought one too.
All right. So sign me up for the backpack. Sign me up for the rations, of course. I do want to buy a spade.
Spade is 2.
Oh, awesome. And a
Did you
whistle.
want torches? Did you want torches as well?
I don't think I'll get torches at town yet. I think we probably, as a group, have enough torches to get us to wherever we're going.
I also have candles. So.
I don't have any torches.
A torch lasts about an hour when it's burning.
But I do want the whistle.
Ooh, whistle. 1 gold piece.
All right. And just for my map making, I want to get some paper parchment.
2 sheets for a gold piece, and
All right, we'll do that.
A quill will set you back a gold piece as well. And if you want ink, that's another gold piece.
I'll go with the ink since we've got some chalk already. Let's go with the ink.
Yep, that's 1 gold piece for the ink.
And I think that'll cover me.
Ooh,
Okay, you got a bedroll?
good question.
Nope, no bedroll. I sleep on the ground. I'm a druid.
Yeah.
Ah,
All right. So what was that? That's 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think we were at 15 gold pieces, I think, if my math's correct. Whistle, parchment, quill, ink. I think it was 16. All right, so let's make it... let's do that for 14.
For 14, and I'll drop a gold coin in the tip jar as a matter of good faith.
Cool. Excellent.
I get a question. How much is holy water?
Yeah.
Holy water, good question. Actually, this is something as a cleric, you will also need a holy symbol because that's what you use to turn undead.
Okay, so let me go back here. If I can buy, where's the holy symbol?
So there's 3 different types. There's a wooden one, the standard one, which is silver, or a gold one, which is top of the line.
How much is the silver one?
25.
25.
Yep. And I think if you go for a wooden one, it's actually it reduces your turning ability. I think the 25 is the standard. The gold gives you a slightly better chance of turning. The holy water is $25 for a vial of holy water.
Wow. 25
I'll buy this.
gold for one vial.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 22 for the silver holy symbol.
You'll give me 22 for the holy symbol.
Yeah.
You want the holy water as well?
No.
What else?
I can't afford it.
What else are you buying besides the holy symbol?
Oh my goodness. I bought a backpack. I bought 7 days of iron rations. I bought a tinderbox, a water skin, 10 candles, a bedroll, 100 feet of rope, block and tackle.
What was your total for all that?
Total all that was, you gave me that for 32.
32. I'll throw in the holy symbol for 20.
20. Let's do it. Silver.
Yep. Done.
How much is a cooking pot?
Cooking pots. 3 gold pieces.
Oh, for a second I thought you said free. It's free.
Oh, that's my speech impediment. 3 gold pieces.
I will get the cooking pot as well.
Okay.
I would get holy water, but I'm waiting to go to the apothecary and buy something magical that's healing. So if somebody else has money and wants to get the holy water, because I think what I want to buy is going to be super expensive.
Okay. So we done at this shop?
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. I want to ask the shopkeep if he knows where we can buy some meat shields to join our party.
Yes. I think you'll find these guys at some of the local inns and taverns. These where these sort of guys, these people hang out.
Yeah. Nothing expensive, more like red-shirted security guards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. All right. So moving on, we move to Baron's Leather Goods, which is another short walk around. And we can go for your armor, your leather armor. So who was after leather armor?
I'm into leather.
So leather armor is 20 gold pieces. Did you get that?
Does it look pretty at least?
Oh yeah, it's just got lots of squiggles on it.
What's the pain threshold for the leather armor?
Pain threshold? Well, I think that depends on the individual. Yeah. Does the leather armor come with a safe word, does it?
It's pineapple.
Pineapple.
It's an upside down pineapple. Okay. All right.
Well done.
We're definitely we're going out of the PG rating now. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody buy rope? I can't remember.
Yeah, about 100 feet.
Cool. So leather armor for Ada is 20. I think that you're the only one person that needed armor because I think Renault and Frailio both went for chainmail. So that takes care of your armor. I don't think there's anything else particularly that you need from the leather goods shop. So that takes us to you wanted to go to the apothecary, Tracy.
Yes, please. I'd like to see about some apothecarying. I don't know if you can verb that word.
Okay, So apothecary. So when you enter the apothecary, you're greeted by the proprietor, which is Osdale, which is an elderly female halfling. And she sort of looks up from the desk and sees this crowd coming in. She's a bit sort of surprised at how many people are actually walking into her small little shop. It's a very sort of, it's a small shop, and there's little shelves with lots of different coloured bottles and jars and things with labels scribbled on them and stuff. And so she kind of looks up and says, "Oh, hello, dearies. Welcome to my shop. How can I help you?"
I'm wondering if you have any kind of potions that might help with magic, or like kind of spells, or with a healing, if maybe we got in trouble and we needed healing.
Oh, are you going adventuring, are we?
We're gonna try.
Okay. I make a lot of business out of adventurers. I don't seem
Hopefully
to
it's repeat business.
No, I don't get much repeat business. They don't seem to ever come back. I don't know whatever happens to them, but
Okay, so your healing potions don't work so good.
I don't know. But I have a couple options. I have a soothing salve for any sort of rashes. That really clears them up in a jiffy.
All right.
I have a hair tonic. Okay, if you want to keep your hair nice and smooth and silky.
I think hair is the least of my problems right now.
Yeah. How do you handle the female beard thing? Hair removal cream. I have hair removal cream. That would be perfect.
I'm fine. I just shave it off. That's what my dagger's for.
Okay. Oh well.
Yeah.
Healing. Yes. Okay. So no irritating skin rashes. Is it no issues with that?
With skin rashes?
No?
I feel like that's a really personal question.
Oh well. Okay. Well. So you're thinking you're wanting healing for more obvious
We're
sort of injuries.
liable to get our asses kicked, lady. We kind of need something to back us up, because God forbid our healer goes down, we're screwed. So
okay.
Sorry.
So I get.
Sorry,
I see what you mean. Okay. So here. Okay. Okay. I have this. Okay. Okay. She pulls out a little drawer and she pulls out these little vials. Okay. This is Osdale's soothing rejuvenator lotion potion. It's I wouldn't say it's magical, but I people say it works really quite well. And it's all for yours for the princely sum of 30 gold pieces.
So it's not a magical healing potion. I've heard about magical healing potions.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I mean, yes. This is not magical per se, but it will heal a couple of hit points. I'm not actually. That's outside the game.
Yeah, I'm just not really sure how to deal with that. And it's good for one dose, like one
dose. Yeah,
shot.
It'll heal 2 hit points. 30 gold pieces. If you want a proper magical healing potion, that will set you back 150 gold pieces.
Wow. That is more than I even had when I got here. Okay. Well then I will Okay, I'll take it.
Just the one bottle?
That's all I can afford, ma'am.
Okay. So so normally you heal 1 hit point a day, but if you take this Osdale's soothing elixir, it'll heal 2 hit points a day.
But it's not an instant thing.
No, you're still gonna have to rest. It's not an instantaneous magical thing. It's just something that improves your normal healing rate.
Okay, better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my friends, I have a healing potion, but it's not what I was hoping for.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Anything else? Anyone else have any interesting skin complaints they would like to deal with?
I didn't say I had a skin complaint.
Do you have herbs that you can burn to get rid of mosquitoes or all the pesky insects?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes. She rummages through a couple of bags and she pulls out some herbs. You go, oh yes, just throw this on your campfire and that should keep away the mosquitoes and other sort of things. That's just 1 gold piece for that.
Okay, I'll give her the gold pieces.
Yep. If you're going adventuring, you might encounter some werewolves. How does wolfsbane sound?
How does that work?
It's a herb. You get a bunch of it and you sort of wave it in the werewolf's general direction, I think, and they stay away. It's 10 gold pieces for a bunch of wolfsbane.
Is that a guarantee?
I don't know. I think it's it's like I said. These people don't normally come back, but yeah, I heard it works well.
Anybody in the party know anything about herbs and know whether this is a wives' tale or legit?
This is my
our
first
druid. Would our
so.
druid know? He's not here. Where is Brad? Our druid would know.
Basically, wolfsbane is if you've got a werewolf, if you throw the wolfsbane at the werewolf, it will repel them.
And how much do you want for the wolfsbane?
10 gold pieces.
Hey, can you do anything on that price since I'm already paying you 30 for 2 hit points a day?
Okay, well, I'll you have a gentle face. I'll do it for 6 gold pieces.
Okay. Deal.
Okay. So I think that conducts the shopping tour.
Is Brad sitting in the waiting room to get back in, or is he not here?
No, he's online, but he's not. Unless he's dropped out.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I might need to call it a night soon, only because of
I
timing.
was actually just about to do that because I've got to go and get a Christmas tree. So I think we can probably pull the pin on it now, since you've got all your equipment and you've got you know where you're going to be going. I can just show you again the map. So as a party, you move about 24 miles per day, and each hex is 6 miles. So you'll move 4 hexes. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 take you to the crossroads, the junctions at after the first day. 2, 3, 4, you're in the woods. And so basically it'll take you about 3 days to walk there, to travel there.
So before we go, we'd want to double check if we could get anybody who would be less squishy.
So when we have the next session, you can do about hiring your retainers, and then we can head off.
Awesome.
Cool.
Shopping day.
Shopping day. But probably in retrospect, I maybe shouldn't have done that, but it's still a bit of fun. We'll tee up next time, and then we'll head off on the adventure. Does that sound good?
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you.
If we're all done.
See you guys.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night, evening, day, whatever, wherever it is in your time zones.
Good luck with your tree there, Neil.
Yep. I need some lumberjack skills. Does anyone have a secondary skill as lumberjack? That's what I need. Okay.
Oh, I can have you with trees.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for joining.
Take care. All right.
Later.
Hi, everybody.
Bye, guys.